guys, I am Ketil.
And I'm Kyuujin, and today we're back with you with Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 18.
Last episode was really sad. We lost Gardar.
Yeah.
Snake and Thorfinn fought and it was fucking awesome. They are both really good and they were surprised by the other's strength.
So much respect from both sides.
Yeah, except in the end, Snake got close to Gardar and he stabbed him. Gardar was still awake, still alive, and he almost killed Snake, but Arnheid stopped them, convinced him to leave with her to get to their son, and on the way out, Gardar died. He reached his heaven, which was basically going back home to his family, and it's fucking sad. Except now, like, Arnheid's left behind, and the soldiers, right, like Snake's men, they are closing in, so she will have to face the consequences. And not only her, but Thorfinn and Einar, who have helped her escape with Gardar. So Master needs to come back. Ketil needs to come back soon. But I don't know if it'll change anything. We'll see. Let's jump in this episode and find out. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, they're coming. So we caught up.
And they're bringing issues.
And they're bringing Leif.
They're bringing war.
Leif.
Leave.
Oh, it's them.
They
are the issue.
Fuck! It's not the good one.
Oh no. Oh shit.
You really want that farm?
One of his people. In his own fucked up way, is he trying to avoid more deaths? Like he thinks if he shows up, they'll be like, okay, take my farm.
They have been attacked by his own men, but it won't matter.
He never was.
It's just for show.
But his son will want to fight.
And he has Thorfinn also.
Yeah, but Thorfinn won't want to fight. Trying to avoid deaths when he started the whole fucking problem. I guess in his little heart he's like, punishing people who haven't done anything. Yeah, you feel bad? I'm more and more frustrated with Canute.
Yeah.
I'm the head, I'm like, buddy.
The ghost of his father is laughing at his feet.
But that means Ketil will arrive if they are 3 days away.
Yeah. As a joke, I thought, imagine if the boat just in front of Canute was Ketil and his sons, and they're just like 5 feet ahead of them.
We'll catch you! Eventually! Okay, please arrive. Please correct this mess.
Finally, Leif's gonna see again Thorfinn.
He's still hiding in his barrel. We're bringing war. I'm sorry, Dad. Spare! Or strike! He's just so, like, broken. Prepare to fight! Against the king! You think this man will say I don't fight?
Yeah.
How soon? 3 days.
3 days and it's the king!
He's in shock! None of them want to fight, buddy. In his mind, he still believes this is all his fucking fault. Yeah.
Yeah, but this...
He doesn't want to.
He might understand that this is not what he wants.
Not anymore. And we want Thorfinn. Oh, shit. He needs her.
He wants comfort.
I don't know where
he won't be there. I feel bad for Ketil.
Yeah, but... It is him. It is. But what's been done to him too?
You're right, Thorfinn number 2.
そうだな。
Just follow them.
信じよう。
Just like season 1, you do not know how much I want this fucking reunion.
I mean,
And again, he's arrested.
ここでか。
そのうちだってよ。
Probably.
砦の防壁を修理しとけって。
修理ったってお前、数日で直せるか。
Oh, wow.
you guys are fucked.
They're not used to fighting anything. They have the protection of the king.
相手がどこだろうと無理だぜ。まともな
And it's the king.
The king's army? Yeah, no.
Well, not all his army,
A
but...
bunch of his men.
なんか騒がしいな。
Aina and Thorfinn.
旦那、どうするかな。
It's our need, I don't know.
知ったら
But you guys, I don't... We're so close to freedom, buddy. Huh.
罰を与えるんだろうか。
死人が。
旦那はアルネイズさんのことを可愛がってるし、ひどいことはしないよな。
お腹に旦那の子もいるわけだし。
心配だ。
Where is she?
Tied up somewhere.
すまん。
ヘビさんたちと戦ってくれたんだろう。
Which is a lot, considering he didn't want to raise his fists anymore.
誓いを破ってまで
He's a good friend.
戦わなきゃならない時だってあるよ。ありがとう。
Trying to make him feel better. He's a good friend too.
ヘビさんが好きだ。筋の通った人だと思う。戦いたくなかった。ガルザルさんを死なせてしまった。頭悪いから。
No,
No.
you're not stupid, you conflict. Not the same thing. It's a no-win situation.
あったんじゃないかって。
That's the whole question.
人が傷ついて奪われなきゃいけなかったのかって。俺は探そうとしたのかって。
I would say he did.
無理だよ。あれだけ客人が死んでしまったら。
最後の手段だ。一番いい方法って何だったんだろう。
When other people have made their choice, I don't know.
始まりだったんだろう。見つけられるようになりたい。傷つけていい人間なんて。
I love that he's taking that as motivation to get better at this instead of letting it bury him in guilt. It's sad, and he believes he made a mistake, but try to do better next time. That's all you can do.
どこだアルネイズ
Like I said, I feel bad for him because in his mind, she's his own comfort. And I think that he likes or maybe loves her, but
She doesn't love him.
お帰りですのね、あなた。
Like if he finds out she tried to leave him,
with her husband,
feel bad for her too. We still focused on another woman.
アルネイズ
maybe she reminds him of the one that he lost all those years ago.
She's in the
縛り上
stable.
げて馬小屋に放り込んでありますよ。
Maybe.
大変なことをしでかしたんですからね。逃亡を企てたんですよ。
That is a betrayal to him. Because like for him, there's no reason to escape, right? In
He's a
his
good
mind,
master,
she's in a
it's
good place.
昔の男がやってきて、
Old flame.
大勢死にました。
He was her husband.
それを
And it's the two that were about to be freed.
とんでもない
Talk about
噂
luck.
ね。済ませちゃいけませんよ、あなた。
なぜだわしの手からこぼれて
Because you were living in a lie, buddy. The lie that your slave somehow wants to be there and be your
なぜ
confidant.
だ
The lie that you somehow in this world can live peacefully without ever taking part in anything and pretend to be this great warrior without expecting consequences. He lied to himself and others. He was living in an illusion.
合わせるわけにはいかねえ本当だっちゅうに約束したんだ顔だけでも見たいトルフィンかどうか知りたいんじゃ
Last time they allowed someone to get close to a prisoner,
絶対に誰とも面会させ
he's outside. Just let him see.
よしわかった
But Ketil is so focused on his issues right now.
ちょっと
Can we convince them to fucking help?
不都合でも外部の人間のあなたしかいない奴隷購入の資金に余裕は終わりですかトルフィンはタダで譲ってもらえる約束ですし守る方ですなんとかなるでしょう
Our need.
アルネイズが難しい
She can stay here.
If we could somehow leave with the three of them.
他にあと2人 奴隷を身請けして
And Einar, but Einar and Thorfinn were about to be freed.
No. I mean, Einar maybe, but after what happened, but
I
Thorfinn
know.
was a promise
I know,
from
I
the
know.
master to leave.
But like, it fucking sucks that they were so close to be just no issue. Let's free them, right?
But they did try to escape.
Yeah.
たく退屈だ手も出せねえなんてよ
Don't
Better
you
not.
dare.
分かってんだろアルネイズお前の尻を 2,3 回引っ叩くだけで
Maybe not.
全部
People
できちまう
expect
よ
punishment.
あの人は俺たち客人に任されてなくてよかったな裸にひんむかれてな俺たち全員にズタズタに侵されてるぜ弔い代わりにな死んだ仲間が浮かばれね
Fuck,
え
stop.
か何をしている旦那帰ってらしたね
And he was fucking about to.
Oh no.
For him or for Arnheid?
No, it's for
For
Arnheid.
Arnheid. Shit.
用があるいや旦那俺はうせろ
Dude, don't do this. Don't do this.
逃げようとしたのかなぜだアルネイズ
Because you're like this, right? Maybe? Oh, shit.
なぜだ
He's lost it.
わからん何のためにわしを蔑むか誇りを奪う者は許さんお前でもだ
Oh my god. And she's pregnant too.
赤ちゃんがお腹で、これ以上はお許しを。
誰の子だ
Who do
Oh,
you
damn
think?
it! Dude, she's not sleeping around.
誓って旦那様のお子です。信じてください。
信じるだとわしが手を信じていたのだ
She betrayed him by trying to escape. Ah!
何を信じろというのだ
Oh, the ugliness of this,
どう
man.
いうことだ真実だと歌わずにいたもの失うなぞこれから盗と共に罰を
When Snake has to be the one to stop you, man.
Is it too late?
I hope that she's fine. Please tell me that she's fine.
I'm so fucking like, not surprised, but I used to say I like this
大内は
guy.
当然でしょうしかしこれ以上殴れば死刑になる
It could be too
あん
late.
たの奴隷だ殺す権利を持っている死刑でいいんですねこの手を棒から離します
But understand what you're about to do before you do it.
手当てしておけパテール
Can I leave with Thorfinn?
いらんのならわしに売ってくださらんかトルフィンの他にもう2人トルフィンの友達だと金は払います
Thank you.
っていただきたい誰がいらんと言った
Oh, damn it.
After this,
どこへなりと連れて行けばいいだがアルネイズはおらん
What is her life gonna be?
what was your life before that?
わしのものだ
You're not better than anyone like that you despise. All those monsters that he was afraid of. Wait, you jumped over the reunion? Shit.
生きてはいる
And you'll have to leave her here? I don't think Einar will do that.
助かるかどうかはわからない
Shit.
よせ触るがええなら動かしたらいかん許さんぞわしが育て上げたものをかすめ取ろうとは
He'll turn into the Iron Fist he claimed he was.
盗人ども罰してくれる王であろうとも
Is it over? This episode was too short.
Yes.
Jesus fuck.
I did not expect that
From him?
Ketil.
I used to say I love the guy.
But I'm not surprised. You know,
In a way, he's kind of an example that
if you're
anyone
if you're being pushed enough,
anyone can turn into this monster, right?
Yeah.
Emotions are fucking like great and also fucking dangerous. But there's also in this episode, I feel like the slap of reality, because they are showing us, they can like this show can put you in a position where you're kind of like going with the flow. Like this is a situation where Thorfinn and Einar are, Arnheid is there, but you get to see them talk to each other, and with Ketil as a master, oh, it's not that bad, right? Like they're being given a chance to work for their freedom and stuff. And then an episode like this reminds you why it's bad, why their position will never be okay, because even though they had a nice master, they are property. Who's, like, he said it himself, right? When emotions pushed him enough, he lost it, and he would have killed Arnheid if it wasn't for Snake. Him saying, like, this woman belongs to me. She is property. She would never be fine here. And it's sad because she was talking about this guy, like, oh, with him, with his child, I get to live in peace. But her life is literally in his hands. He could do whatever, and there would be no repercussions.
she might not even survive the night.
So
From what Peter said.
And like you can't heal anything. They won't spare any medicine or whatever for a slave, and it's not like they have much. Like it's back in the day, and it's a farm, right? We're not in a city or whatever. They might not even have the supplies to do anything. They did their best. But yeah, I guess this episode, because like we've known they were slaves, but this show has been great this season to kind of lure us into a sense of safety and like just, oh, we're in the better place than we could have been. It's not as bad, and now they're just.
It could have been so much worse for their situation. Let's be honest about that.
But
it's still a situation where they are slaves. They are owned by a master, and they need to abide by rules.
But we keep saying that it's kind of like an abusive relationship where you're like, well, at least I don't get beaten, but you still get the emotional abuse, right? For them, it's like, well, at least like I don't like. Their situation might have been better than like, let's say Gardar with his old master, right? But they don't own anything. They don't have their own life.
It is a toxic situation, yeah.
Yeah, and like Thorfinn and Einar, if anything, they had their deal to become free. But someone like Arnheid was, from the beginning, was telling us, like her character was telling us that Ketil is still a master owning slaves. If he truly was like a good guy, he would not do this shit. But he got attached to Arnheid. And like when, like you said, when he got pushed enough, he showed very dark and very ugly colors that he was hiding really deep behind, under everything. To be fair, yeah, it's not just the stuff with the slaves; it's everything, right? He's losing his farm. He's gonna fight.
He's trying to be the good guy, to play by the rules, to like be a good citizen for his king, like paying his due, giving his crops. And he's trying to be a good master, like, oh, work for your freedom, you're gonna pay it back on your own with time. So he's trying to be a good person and play by the laws and by the rules. Yeah. But despite everything, the king turned on him, the king tried to take his crops, he's being outlawed by the king because he defended himself and he attacked the king's guard.
I think that's
when he come back, his own slave that he treated like employees, so to say, tried to escape, tried to conspire against him, and the woman that he has feelings or attachment for her, tried to escape also.
Beyond that, it's because he was living in an illusion, right? Like he convinced himself that this was a nice place. He is what Thorfinn could potentially become if he doesn't go for Vinland. I think that someone who tries to live in peace in a world that is not ready to change and is forcing the issue without changing shit will eventually be caught in the crossfire or in the shit show that the others will bring. So like you said, he was like, before this shit, it might not have been optimal, like it might not have been great for everyone because Arnheid was still going through her own situation and that was never going to be good because he was lying to himself about why she was here. Yeah. But for him, he kind of forgot, like, these guys are not really slaves. I'm giving them, like, I'm working with them. I'm giving them a chance to buy their freedoms. I'm fighting well, I'm fighting. I'm working hard to give produce to the king so he protects me and I don't have to take part in anything. He blinded himself to the harsh reality of this world and he tried to live in his bubble, but now Canute is coming to burst that bubble and destroy that. His son, who is a warrior and like he's not gonna take the insult lying down, and his reaction will be to fight back. So there's gonna be no negotiating with the son, right? With Thorgil. So and he will be the driving force behind this. And again, it's people expect the Iron Fist. They expect Ketil, the great warrior.
Well,
So
now he's here.
he will have to do that. And
man.
and then like so he lives in that bubble and it's about to be burst. And he comes back and he doesn't have it. Like he's already like in shock because he's losing. Like he'll even if he wins this, he's fighting the king. Even if he wins this, he'll be branded a traitor or whatever, or he'll now be part of something huge. And there's no way they win this. They have no one. No, barely any trained men, if anything. No defenses. Thorgil himself is saying, we'll probably die here. It's the king. He's coming to kill us, but he'll die with honor. But for Ketil, it's the loss of everything. So...
Yeah.
And he's already been traumatized by a loss, right? The first woman he loved, he lost her, and it wasn't like he couldn't do anything about it. Someone came in, took her, and no one fought for her. No one did anything, and he lost someone he cared about. And now he's once again going through that trauma, and he's going to Arnheid, and she not only is she not there to support him, but she kind of proved to him that all of that was false. But that's another bubble bursting.
Is the fact that she tried to escape with an old flame. He was her husband, so not an old flame. Her husband, lawful husband.
But still, he thought she would stick him to him because she loved him. That was his illusion, his bubble. Yeah. But he got blind to the reality. Like, you might pretend to be a good guy. You might pretend to, be a good master, but you're still a master. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, this show, kind of like it did with Ketil, lured us into a sense of safety and like, it's not that bad. We get to work for a better life and shit. But then you get reminded that no matter the circumstances, being a slave is never going to be okay. And Arnheid is the example of it because Ketil might have been a good master to the others. But with her, if she tries to leave, if she bursts that bubble, he kind of goes back to using all his power. And he could have done that from the beginning. It was always in his power to do this because she belongs to him. Mm-hmm. It's a really harsh slap of reality, and it sucks because I fear she's gonna die and we're gonna lose her. And even if she doesn't die, what do we do?
Our life's gonna become hell. Because now Ketil doesn't trust Arnheid. He doesn't even trust that she's pregnant with his own child.
For all of his sayings that he cared about her and that like she was like the only one for him and all of that, he's okay with beating her like this and almost killing her. And then like he wants to keep her around. Like, are you gonna treat her the way you did before? And if you do, how thick will be the fucking rose pink tainted glasses that you'll have to put on in order to forget that you almost beat her to death? He is truly lying to himself, and it's sad because I thought, to be fair, like no one is truly gray, no one is truly black or white, right? Like everyone has a part of gray in them. We keep saying that. So saying that I thought he was a good man and he ended up not being is not totally true. He's still the same master who was giving Thorfinn and Einar a chance to buy their freedom, but he had also that ugliness in him that was born from trauma, loss of his first love, and insecurity because he was lying to a lot of people about who he was, and he kind of needed an escape, and he used her for that. But she is the one paying the consequences. And it's not like she did anything to deserve this because she was a slave. None of that is her fault. But she gets punished for someone else's insecurity and someone else's attachment.
She tried to escape.
From a master who gives slaves their freedom if they work enough. But because he picked her, she doesn't get that chance. She doesn't get that opportunity.
True, but she still tried to escape, and people got hurt, and she freed someone who was tied up and was supposed to be judged, and people died because of that.
You really think?
No.
You really think that if someone else had done that, he would have punished them like this?
What?
He wasn't even talking about the guests that she killed. He was talking about the fact that she left him, that he couldn't trust her. That's the only reason why he got so mad at her.
this is a separate case. What I'm saying is, after everything that happened, the betrayal from the king, and now he comes back home and there's another betrayal with Arnheid, someone that he trusts, like you said. People are always telling him that you should do the punishment. You should punish them because this is your role as the master. This is what you're supposed to do, and you're being played like a fool. People played you like a fool. The king played you like a fool. Arnheid, your little puppet, played you like a fool.
I know the circumstances.
He lost it.
I know.
That contributed to the beating.
I know the circumstances. I'm saying that no matter what, it's not her fault because it's not like she cheated. No. It's not like she chose to become his confidant. I don't care what pushed him.
I never said it was her fault. I never said it was her fault.
But why are you arguing that?
Never said it was her fault.
He's treating her like she betrayed his trust when all she was doing was survive because she was in a position that, like, she couldn't help it. She was a slave. He forced her to act like this, and then he's surprised when she's not happy about the situation, and she tries to go, and he doesn't even know all the variables or all that happened, right? So in his mind, she's just tried to flee like with another man, but he's angry because she betrayed him, but she's property. She wasn't sticking around because she cared. I know. But that's his illusion. That's his little fucking bubble. I know why he lost it, for sure. I know, I understand, like, the process in his mind that led to so much violence. But still, for a guy that's saying all these things to her and you know, acting with her like she's his whole world, to be able to do something like that to her and be like, this woman belongs to me, that means that now he's reverting to, you are property, I own you.
It's not love, it's ownership.
Exactly. It was always that. And I think if it was true love, he wouldn't have cared, like Einar. Einar was willing to help Arnheid flee with her husband. Did he fucking blow a casket because like she wanted to go with another guy? Was he like you hinted at a relationship with me and now you're living with someone else, I'm pissed off. Pfft, no.
Did she enter or did he think by himself?
He liked her and they were close, they were friends. But then again, a woman, when in history has a woman like, was a woman forced to, or, you know, did a woman have to say like, I'm interested in you for a guy to be obsessed with her? If anything, saying no to a guy doesn't always work, right? So,
yeah.
But still, I'm just saying that this episode, considering it came from Ketil, considering this act of violence came from the guy that we were like, well, you know, from all the masters, it's not that bad. I think it's a slap of reality, like, to what they are and how quickly their situation could change, even when the master is a good guy, because anyone can be pushed to madness when faced with how harsh the world is. So that, I mean, Thorfinn is saying, like, we need to think about the future. We need to think about ways to stop these things before they begin. Good luck, because, like, you can change how you act, but then the world comes in still, and if they haven't changed, they might force you to go through some shit. Like, sometimes you're forced to fight, and that can break you in the long run, especially if you've, you know, blinded yourself with the idea of peace. And I think this is why Vinland is the solution.
I have an idea what kind of solution we should do to not escalate to that point.
Well, I mean,
what should be the first step that Thorfinn should have done, that we should have done? Do you have an idea?
Empathy.
Empathy.
No more wars, no more fucking slavery.
Yeah.
Would be a great beginning, but he did say that earlier, so I don't really know.
But I mean, beside
discussion, but can you really talk to people?
I mean, you could try, doesn't mean that it's gonna work.
Because, like, okay,
you need to be pretty convincing.
Currently Canute is coming, and he's feeling guilty, I guess, deep down, because the head is right there laughing at him. But he created this issue out of nothing. These guys did nothing, and he's coming to their land to punish them, and everyone is saying, oh, we need to, you know, punish them good, and we'll show them, you know, what comes to people who defy the king. And I'm like, they didn't do this. They didn't do shit. It's Canute who started this, and he knows it. So if he can avoid full-on war and destruction of Ketil's, you know, people, he will do it. That's why he's going, because it's his issue that he created for his gain. So he wants to see it through, and he wants to make sure he can spare as many people as possible. Except you've stepped all over their pride, you've pushed them, you've manipulated them. Do you really think they'll lie down and let you take everything from them? Because it is an injustice. Still, he's so focused on his future and his utopia. If he shows up, can we talk him out of this? No, because he started the problem.
It's Canute, you mean?
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, discussion it's great to say, like, yes, I'll talk you out of this, but when the guy creates the problem, he won't back down from this. Or, like, do you think discussion would stop Thorkel from fighting? So
Thorkel is a case on his own.
but he's a case still.
Yeah.
Find your way. Like, I love though that he's using this as a way to get better, and try to find a way to save as many lives as possible and make things better the next time instead of just being depressed because he considers like that he messed up. I don't think so. I think he did the best that he could in this situation. But when outside forces are barging in and messing things up, and dialogue is not working and empathy is not working, because empathy would just lead you to be like, well, okay, take your justice. I don't know. So you go back even further, right? Like, what started the conflict? But then that means like stopping all wars and ending slavery, which eventually will be done in many places by really like powerful people, more powerful people than a slave. It needs to come from the higher up. So I guess like working with a guy like Canute would work, but then a guy like Canute who believes he needs to change it all by himself turns to drastic measures like this. Canute has the power and Thorfinn has the ideas.
Let them work together then.
Yeah, but Canute is a bit losing it.
With his father is that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And-
that's his guilt.
Unfortunately, we didn't have the reunion between Leif and Thorfinn this time.
I'm a bit pissed that they jumped over that.
Yeah, but we have bigger issues at hand right now.
After what happened to Arnheid, it made sense. It's just that I've been waiting for that moment of, it is him, and I didn't get that.
Okay, to be fair though, they did reunite back then when he was still a teenager.
And I wanted part 2 of this. Thorfinn is different now. He's not driven by anger, so next
He's
episode...
willing to listen.
Well, next episode, we potentially will have a discussion. We'll potentially have a moment with them. But still, I feel like I'd rather have, like... I wanted to focus on Arnheid for sure, but I wanted that moment of, it is you, which would have been great. So, it's okay though, I'll move on from that. But I don't know. Like, now we have the right to go with Thorfinn and Einar. But will Einar let anger take over?
I hope not.
Because he could. We'll see. Next episode. We'll go take care of our cat. I don't know what he wants, but...
He wants food.
Probably.
He wants freedom.
Freedom! Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week. So gotta see you then, guys.
Bye!